This is Enough Said Sports.
Will the Boston Celtics complete their unlikely playoff run with a championship, or will the Golden State Warriors prove to be gold-blooded yet again and win another ring? And finally, how you are going to get paid to watch this series and this game. Let's get it. Hey guys, I hope all is well in your world. It is all well here at Enough Said Sports as we come to you with another preview and prediction video, this time for the National Basketball Association and the NBA Finals. Thank you for taking the time out of your day or your evening to join us here on YouTube. If you like this sort of content, please also join us on Patreon. Click the first link in the description box below. Get all of our exclusive picks from the NBA, NFL, MLB, and more. We definitely been on a heater in the National Basketball Association through these playoffs. Definitely jump on board and take advantage of these NBA Finals and get paid to watch these games. Also, guys, for those of you who are new to our content, welcome to Enough Said Sports, where we don't do fandom, we do business, and where we don't make friends, we make money. Thank you so much again for taking the time out of your day. We're here to talk about, first of all, Game 1 of the NBA Finals is going to be the Boston Celtics traveling to play the Golden State Warriors on Thursday, June the 2nd, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on ABC. The Golden State Warriors are favored by 3.5 in this one, and also the total is fluctuating between 210.5 and 211. Most places it's about 211 currently. So let's first talk about the Boston Celtics. Let's talk about the overall overview of this particular matchup and my thoughts on that. So we'll start with the Boston Celtics. First of all, congratulations to the Boston Celtics for making it this far. Really, really well deserved. They fought hard. They faced a lot of challenges throughout the playoffs, and they made it happen. So congratulations and kudos for them getting into this position. Jason Tatum has played extremely well. Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, Al Horford, they have done a tremendous job. Robert Williams, they played well, and they deserve a lot of credit. And I believe that they are a worthy opponent for these Golden State Warriors. Don't know that if this is necessarily the greatest matchup for the Boston Celtics, but we'll get into that here in just a second. Golden State, congratulations to them as well for making it this far. Definitely good to see them back after all the injuries that they've had throughout the years, these past couple of years that have hampered their chances in trying to get back to this point. But this is the 6th trip to the NBA Finals in 8 years. We did correctly predict that the Golden State Warriors at the beginning of this playoffs would, in fact, make the NBA Finals, and they have done just that. So kudos to them. Steph Curry, the emergence of Jordan Poole, Klay Thompson, of course, Draymond Green, Kevon Looney, or as I say, Wilt Looney, or Moses Malone, whichever one you want to call him. He's doing a tremendous job as well. So also very well deserved and going to be a very worthy opponent for these Boston Celtics. So now that we got all that out of the way, I waited a little bit of time. I originally posted a video about these NBA Finals, I think on Sunday night, and I decided to quickly take it down because I wanted to give an opportunity for all of those talking heads to weigh in on this. I wanted to personally do a little bit more studying on this. I was kind of in a rush to put the video out just because I was so excited about the matchup and wanted to really talk about it, but I thought it was a little bit rushed, so I took a step back and really studied the matchup. I really wanted to dig deep down in there and really try to give you the absolute best analysis that I can and give you an opportunity to really make money off of this series and make money off of Game 1. So I took a step back and I really did a deep dive. And every way I sliced it, guys, I don't see how this is a good matchup for the Boston Celtics. I believe that they are lacking in experience, obviously. There's 123 games of finals experience on the Golden State Warriors roster. There is 0 games experience in NBA Finals on the Boston Celtics roster. The Boston Celtics go only about 6 or 7 deep, possibly 8 on a good night. But Pritchard really doesn't get very many minutes. So in most cases, they go about 7 deep, where Golden State goes about 10 or 12 deep. And especially if they're getting their guys back like it looks like they are, I really think that the Golden State Warriors are significantly deeper. Now, when you get down to the nuts and bolts of this particular matchup, you look at Jaylen Brown, you look at Jason Tatum, and you look at Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Jordan Poole, and the crew. When you look at the Celtics run to the NBA Finals, not trying to throw any shade, not trying to take anything away from it, but needless to say, they have had the top-rated defense in the playoffs. They definitely caught fire toward the end of the regular season, which I don't put very much stock in because it's the regular season. But if you want to just look at the playoffs that they've played, let's look at the teams really quickly without taking too much time. The Brooklyn Nets, they don't play team basketball, which is the reason why they lost. They have two phenomenal offensive weapons in Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, but they do not play team basketball. So when you're talking about an isolation type of a basketball team, it makes it a lot easier to stop. Okay, so moving on to the Milwaukee Bucks in the second round. I believe if Chris Middleton is in that series, just my opinion, I think the Milwaukee Bucks move on. I think we're talking about the Milwaukee Bucks playing the Golden State Warriors and not the Boston Celtics. Just my opinion on that. Moving on to the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat don't have, their best player really can't shoot the basketball that great, and that's Jimmy Butler. So when he has the ball in his hands, they're able to play drop coverage on him and pack the paint. And that really makes it a lot more difficult defensively or offensively for a team to run their offense, which is exactly what the Memphis Grizzlies did, in fact, to the Golden State Warriors back when they were running more of that Draymond Green high post offense, kind of traffic cop, directing the traffic, and they got a ton of turnovers against the Golden State Warriors as a result of that, and that drop coverage because Draymond Green is not a threat to shoot. Luckily for the Golden State Warriors, they cleaned that up, took Draymond off ball, put him more in a pick and roll decision making role where he's great at, rather than standing at the top of the key, kind of being the traffic cop. So they were able to do that against Miami. They're not going to be able to do that against the Golden State Warriors because Draymond Green will not be in that position at the top of the key doing that very often, I don't believe. I believe the ball will be in the hands of Stephen Curry significantly, quite a bit. And I think the other part of this, guys, is when you look at this particular matchup against the Golden State Warriors, the Miami Heat really didn't have anybody that they had to double team. You have to double team Stephen Curry. If you're going to switch to pick and roll, I've heard a lot of talk about the switching of the pick and roll and how Boston switches the pick and roll with greater regularity than anyone in the NBA, and how that somehow is a key to what they do and a key to what makes them formidable. I got news for you. You switch a big on Steph Curry, he's going to put you in the meat grinder. So they're going to be forced to double team Steph Curry. Every team in the National Basketball Associations that plays the Warriors knows you have to double Steph Curry. And I think that's going to open up the floor and kind of break down this vaunted Boston defense, as they call it. Now, when you look at Boston offensively, they're more of an isolation basketball team. They do a little bit of drive and kick, but largely, most of the time, it's Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown on the wing, isolating and trying to get to the hole, trying to look for their own shot. That will not work against the Golden State Warriors. They're going to have to move the basketball, and I don't believe they can move the basketball with great regularity because they haven't shown that they can move the basketball with great regularity. They struggled mightily against the Miami Heat team that was banged up. They struggled mightily to score the ball against a Milwaukee Bucks team. They somewhat scored okay in the Brooklyn Nets series, but when you look at it all, I don't really see what this is about, why everybody is thinking, or a lot of folks are thinking, or a majority are thinking, that the Boston Celtics are going to win this series. I think they will be lucky to win a game, let alone this series. So I think this is going to be a quick series. If you're asking me what I think, really, I like the Warriors in 4. I really do. I know people are going to jump all over me, but it won't be the first time. It won't be the last time. I will say this, generally speaking, when people jump all over me, they're generally wrong and I'm generally right. So I'll take that to my bank. I know what I see, and I think they're going to have a very hard time with this Golden State Warriors team. I think Dallas is better than Boston. I think Memphis was better than Boston as far as matchup wise for the Golden State Warriors. And I think if they had to play either one of those teams, I think this Boston Celtics team would have lost that too. So no shade to the Boston Celtics. I think they're a good, young, up-and-coming team, but they're not ready for what they're getting ready to see from these Golden State Warriors. They're going to have a very difficult time here with the Golden State Warriors scoring the ball, their movement, and everything that comes about with the Golden State Warriors. And before you throw the regular season series at me and in the last 7 regular season games and all of that stuff, I'll remind you every single team that the Golden State Warriors dispatched of in these playoffs beat them 3-1 in the regular season. So I wouldn't really pay too much attention or put too much stock in that because you know and I know playoff basketball is much different than regular season basketball. So really looking forward to this matchup. I do think the Warriors have a huge advantage here, and I think they're going to take care of business. So moving over to game 1 specifically, I think the Warriors cruise in game 1. They're going to cover the 3.5. They're going to win easily. I'm going to say the game is going to stay under 211 though. And not because of the Boston Celtics defense, but I think the Warriors are going to lock the Boston Celtics up defensively. I think they're going to have a really, really hard time scoring. I do think they will eventually get some more scoring going in the series, but they haven't faced, people talk about the Warriors haven't faced a defense like this. The Boston Celtics certainly have not faced a team as formidable on the defensive end as the Golden State Warriors. I know the Miami Heat are good defensively, but I believe the Golden State Warriors are better. So I will take the Golden State Warriors. And like I said, if you put a gun to my head, I'll say Warriors in 4. And I'm going to say in this game 1, Warriors by over covering the 3.5. Going to win on the money line. We're going to stay under 211. Thanks as always, guys. Appreciate all the support, and I will talk to you again soon. Looking forward to the comments in this one on this particular video. Should be fun. Take care, guys, and have a great and wonderful night, and we're going to see what happens on tomorrow. Take care.